Hi guys, you are welcome to Nest Telly. I'm really feeling myself today. Okay, so welcome to Nest Telly. If this is your first time, I am Nez. Today we are doing what we are calling the romantic recap, okay? Through the month of, okay, first of all, welcome to the month of March, okay? Brand new month and the year has been lit so far. Hope you're doing the most. Hope you're meeting those goals. Hope you're holding on to your vision plans, okay? Hope you haven't let go of what you wrote in January, okay? So this month of the last month, which was February, we discussed 6 books by the amazing award-winning authoress Amaka Azie. This woman has changed my life. In this 1 minute that she is here, she has changed my life, and I hope that she's changed yours too. Her books are available on Bambooks, Script, Amazon to buy, and there's a link I'm going to put in the description box that you can find out. You can go there and buy if you want to. So what we're going to do in Romance Recap is that we're going to explore, like, not individually, but like, you know, her books. A lot of her the books that I read are basically in 2 groups, sort of, you know, the way the books are grouped, then general lessons from all the books. First of all, lesson number 1. One of the things I loved about Amaka is that her books did not shy away from talking about money, finances. I do remember, I'm going to leave the link up here, where I talked about is romance ruining your life, your relationships. I did that with my king, that's my husband, last year after reading Julia Quinn books. Now, before I even start talking about all of this, let me just mention that I don't have a history of reading romance books. I don't have a history of reading books. Let's start with that. So this is me, like, this is my own introduction to romance and all that. And I just remember last year wondering why so much romance is happening in a book and nobody's talking about money. But you see, Amaka is an Igbo girl, right? If you're from Nigeria, or if you're not from Nigeria, understand that the Igbo part of Nigeria, they say we like money too much. Me, I like money, right? I have no problem with liking money. I own it. When someone say me, I like money, I say, yes, I like money, it's good. You, don't you like money? Do you understand? So it's like, what I loved about this book is that she did not shy away from talking about finances. I'm talking of numbers being called, the importance of money in romance. Do you understand? A lot of the books, or a lot of even movies and all that you watch, they kind of shy away from that. They don't really talk about the money. It's like somehow, you know, romance finds its way despite money. Amaka's books is saying, see, if there is no money, romance, nazo, there is no romance, which is true. Do you understand? That is one of the most realistic depictions that she had all through the books, every single book. Do you understand? All the 6 that I read, maybe there's more because there's several other books that she has that I've not read, but the 6 that I read, every single one of them addressed the money issue. So most of them were not people that were like, even those that were broke were people that, those that they have money were people that had to try and work their way out of not having money to be able to experience this romance to its highest. Do you understand? I can give you examples. Okay, what's my favorite book of them? Thorns and Roses. Chuma is like a big boy. The guy has money. The guy has a bloody yacht. He has money. Do you understand? Ifeoma did not have a lot of money, but she was a hardworking woman who owned a restaurant. Do you understand? If she did not have a restaurant, if she was sitting there at home, not having money, chilling with her broke self, she may have not met Chima because it was that food that made Chima to make sense. So I don't know if you understand. That is the importance of where money comes in. I'm sorry if I sound a little too emotional, but just understand where I'm coming from with this. So that's pretty much it. That one, money is very, very important. Every single one of them. Thorns and Roses with Chima and Ifeoma. What's the other one? Nosa, my fine boy Nosa, and what's her name? Rita. Rita is a senator's daughter, so there's always money there. There's always money there. Now she goes on to start an NGO for herself and all that, and she's able to make a lot of money using her father's connection. Money is there. But Nosa is a tech guru, right? He had created a game that was at the time when the book starts. I think the game he had become a director for a gaming company for about 5 years. So it's like the guy has money in Canada. Do you understand? So he had gotten a job in Canada, but because of the way his work is, he can work from anywhere. And he just sits down and that's how he was able to have time to do this romance of it. So a lot of money and then a lot of time. It was easy for him to work. Phil is a big realtor. He had a lot of houses in Abuja and renting, buying, selling. That's Philip, and that's from, I'm mixing it up, aren't I? This is from The Governor's Wife. Philip and Ogonna. Ogonna was a governor's wife. Governor's wife, no, they broke. I hope Governor's Wife, no, they broke. Now I'm thinking about it because Nigeria is weird like that. Anyway, she was able to leave her family, leave her husband with a lot of money, you know, and all that. So which other, but pretty much it. The judge's secret, for God's sake, is a judge. Judges have money. I am a judge speaking. They have money, okay? They have money. So judge and a lawyer, two of them have a lot of money. That's judge's secret. What's that? Brenda and Ugo's own. That's my sister's bestie. Ugo is an engineer who loves poultry. Do you understand? He has a lot of money. Brenda is a what will I call her family now? They come from like mafia money, ridiculously sick amount of money. That's Brenda. So there's a lot of money involved. Then the last one, which is Justin. Justin is an actor in the UK, a successful actor in the UK, running a series that had been running for about 5 years, for 5 seasons. So the guy has money. That's the issue. Do you understand? He has a lot of money. It's easy for him to buy things. He bought a house in Nigeria, for God's sake. Do you understand? And even what's this girl's name? Adanna. Do you understand? Even though, yeah, she was suffering initially and all that, but she was able to, not suffering financially initially, but she was able to turn it around and make things happen for her. Do you understand? So the importance of money, Amaka did not play with that. And that's something a lot of us have to take home. Do you understand? You cannot just sit on your ass and romance will fall on you. We're a little too carried away by the idea of romance, the feeling and all that, and forget that money funds romance. Okay? So money funds romance is number one. Number two, the importance of healing. You cannot fully love until you've actually done some work on yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. I think even the Bible said that. Sadly, I don't know where it is in the Bible. You cannot give what you don't have. You have to be able to give. You cannot dislike yourself or dislike the major people in your life and think that you're going to just love someone because the girl, like as a guy, because the girl is hot. Hot nakwazu, because the like that you like based on what the person looks like now. You look at the person after 1 year or 2 years, that one will die. But she tried to address those issues. The importance of healing, the importance of letting time do its work, the importance of you going out of your way to do work, therapy, talking, communicating, identifying the problems. Those things were very, very important. They were, every single one of the book had a version of it being done. Do you understand? I'm going to point at Phil and Ugo's story. That was the governor's wife. Phil was clearly obsessed with Ugonna, and that is why he couldn't commit to any relationship. As a matter of fact, he was going around leaving ugly breadcrumbs on his wake because he was angry at Ugo. But he had to get past that like real quick. Or else, when Ugo was ready, it's not like Ugo was ready per se for him, but when Ugo was out of the marriage and willing to do something for himself, for herself, he wouldn't have been able to handle her. I don't know if you understand. Despite her being the one that can solve it, I don't know if you understand. So it's like it's a very cool way of looking at things. Then number three, which is definitely not the least, the importance of looking at the major things that happen. The major group of problems or challenges that happen around you. Do you understand? Here in Nigeria, there are several issues, and I am so inspired by this lady. For these books, I'm so inspired by them because these are things that I know that are there, and to an extent, I've always felt like, what can somebody do is what it is. But her pointing it out makes you understand that no, what can somebody do is a horrible way to look at it. What you can do is do something about it. Do you understand? So it's like talking about targeting the male child syndrome. Ifeoma and her family suffered greatly because the father would not do anything for them, because they were girls, and treated the mother horribly, hit her, did everything. Do you understand? So like Ifeoma had to go and do something to be able to, if she hadn't gotten past what her father did to her, she may have not been able to love fully. And not just her and all her siblings, because there were 4 of them. She was the oldest of 4. This is from Thorns and Roses, by the way. Do you understand? So it's like something needed to be done about that. You get domestic violence. Ugonna had body scars on her body. That's governor's wife. She had a gash. She had a big scar across her chest because she married somebody. She did not kill anybody. All she did was marry. The man wants to kill her, wounded her. Do you understand? Domestic violence was a major problem there. And I'm thankful she was able to run away. But it also goes to say that just because you're going through this and it's very bad, you don't have to stay there. Get up and please leave. It's hard. Some people say, what will you do about the children? But you may not live. Let's be honest, you could die. Please. Okay? Please get up and walk away. Do you understand? Then which other family can I talk about? The importance of the fake drug phenomenon. That one is so hard to get past because the person that took the fake drug will pass, but will leave behind a lot of pain and grief without them even knowing. Do you understand? It takes most of us. It took a while before it started dawning on us that this was what was happening here in Nigeria. That people were actually taking fake medication. So NAFDAC started saying things like, without a NAFDAC number on a box, don't buy the medication. Buy medication from some specific pharmacies. Some people say, this one is too expensive. Panadol, here is 30 naira, here is 10 naira. Why won't I buy 10 naira one? 10 naira one is likely fake. It may not be fake, but it's likely fake. Buy the 30 naira one, please, so that you can heal and go. Instead of spending 10 naira, happy to spend another 400 and 500k trying to take care of yourself. That's if you don't end up dying. Because some of those things will end up killing you. It doesn't solve the problem. Do you understand? So it's like the idea of looking at things, the fake medication problem, mental illness, homosexuality, domestic violence, the male child syndrome, the house help syndrome, the sexual violence. You know, like this girl's story is like, it's insane. What's her name? Adana's story. In her office, she is told, if you do not sleep with me, you will not get a promotion and you're going to get fired. And her hands are tied. Her friends, her colleagues, she knows they've done it. She was kind of, she didn't know until the conversation rose that she realized that most of the ladies that worked in her office had to sleep with someone to get there to begin with. She did not even know. She was able to get the job because a friend that had money, like a rich family, was able to bring her in. But she had been able to get her leg in, and she was very good at her job. Only for her to now get, okay, after working for how many years, and you're very good at your job, you cannot continue until you sleep with this person. Can you imagine that kind of life? But really, reading the books, it opens your eyes to the reality, the pain that it causes, what it is, and how we should not just be like, what can somebody do? Is how it is. You know, that's, I don't know how to put it, that laid back way of looking at it. It kills that thing very fast, honestly. Whew. I've spoken. I've spoken a lot today. But pretty much that's just three major things that have come out of these books. Let me just do like, I've already done, I guess I can call that the romance recap. I really, really love the way this girl addresses these issues and how important it is for us to just know these things that matter. The money matter. Make sure that you just make money. If you want romance, and you're young or you're not young, you want romance, you want the beauty and all that, you have to understand the place of money. As a man or a woman, it's not like before when it's just a man that does everything. Even if a man is doing everything, shall try and make money of your own. There's just something that he does that a lot of us are not really ready to address just yet. So there's that. Then okay, yeah. So I wanted to just talk a bit about Thorns and Roses stands alone. I wish Amaka would actually do more because she happens to be a good fan of series, and I think I'm a fan of series too. Do you understand? I hope she continues. Like she can tell the stories of all the other girls. There are 4 girls in Thorns and Roses. Ifeoma, which is the first one, that's her story in Thorns and Roses. So I wish I could get like the other ones, which is good. So that's a standalone. Then there's this other series about the 3 friends. Fine boy Nosa, adventurous Philip, and awkward Femi. The 3 of them, they have the books. Nosa's story with Rita, that is the senator's daughter. Phil with Ugonna, that is the governor's wife. Then The Judge's Secret by awkward Femi and Ioma. That name I've never heard before. Ioma, I keep talking about it. Anyway, so Ioma. So that's another series. Then the 3rd one is the Cupidus series. Now, there's a thing I haven't mentioned at all when I talked about these 2 books. That is this, My Friend's Bestie and My Boss's Son. Cupidus is an app created by Adana to try and hook them up. In the Cupidus series, in the My Boss's Son, this Cupidus series is not doing well. And I'm thinking to myself, sweetie, it's possible that it's not doing well because all your mismatches are doing very well. Do you understand? Because according to Cupidus, Ugo and Brenda do not match. But in real life, they actually match. Now, I know I've never been in a dating site. I should try that. I don't know why I should try that because I'm married, but I think I should try that. But that being said, I know that there are things that people look at that make it make sense for 2 people to get together, but it doesn't quite translate that because human beings are complex like that. But Adana herself, she's a mismatch from Justin, and she ended up marrying Justin. I don't know if you understand. And her app is not doing well. Like, it's possible that your Cupidus situation is not working very well. So these 2 books are actually of a series called The Cupidus Mismatch. I love that name. It's so cool. But that's pretty much it with this book. If I were to advise you on the one to read, I'll tell you read the one about the 3 boys. There's just something about boys that are very good friends. There's just something about it. It's not. I don't know whether it's not common or anything, but that kind of friendship is not something I see with guys a lot of times. I tend to see it more with girls. Do you understand? So I think there's something very heartwarming and nice about it. Then it's 3 stories, well formed, and they're all into each other's lives. Like all the boys and all the women in their lives kind of enter each other's lives. So they are all a part of each other when they are going through everything that they are going through, which is really cool. Like I'm here for it. It's really good. So if I were to advise, I will tell you, read those 3, okay? Those 3, which are, you will start with the senator's wife, senator's daughter, followed by the governor's wife, then the judge's secret. And that is it for today. A playlist is going to be placed here of the 6 books so that you can hear what we have to say about it. Then you can decide which one that you want to start with. In addition to the fact that I just told you what to do. And in the description below, I'm going to keep the list of places that you can get it from. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much for this journey. Enjoy the wonderful month of March, and bye-bye.